Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kangsha Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I salute Lord Sri Krishna, the teacher of the entire universe, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of Kangsha and Chanura, the supreme bliss of Devaki. I salute him again and again. So we are reading Bhagavad Gita, and we are on the chapter 4, and we are reading that how one can work relentlessly and how one can, by working with proper spirit, can be freed from all bondage. And they can attain to the state of blissfulness. Only, we have read the verse now, we will be reading today verse number 23. The 20th verse, Bhagavan says that if one can just having abandon attachment to the results of action and ever contented, depending on nothing. So even that type of person, they engage themselves in action, but they do not do any karma and don't get entangled into anything. This is a very deep science of action every day to be applied in our life. And how to do the work again, on 21st verse we read, expecting for nothing. The mind and the self-control, abandoning all other whole position, performing karma by the body alone. He does not incur any sin, but they let the body do work. If there is no I connection and there is no attachment to it, as the duty calls us upon us to do that, that will not bind us into any bondage. And lastly, the verse number 22 we read last time, Jadricha Labha Santushto. That means contented with what one obtains without effort, as it comes, like the example of the python. It does not make any effort. It lives on food whenever it presents. It does not eat when it does not come. And as a result, they can get free from the pairs, danda atito, danda, happiness, misery, pleasure, pain, expectation, non-expectation, suffering, and all these dualities, all duality which creates so much suffering in our life. It says danda atito, he becomes beyond danda, and he has nobody to envy. He becomes without any envy. Samasiddho asuddho. He does work. Success comes, thank God. Failure comes, thank God. Only to do the work for work's sake. If doing that, so kritva api na nibaddhate. He does everything. Whatever he does not matter. He does not or she does not get entangled into anything. That means he enjoys the freedom. We do karma and we get bound by its results and its expectations and its success, and some words praise, someone blame. So this is the problem, because we suffer. Not that people will not praise or blame. Maybe you do anything, there will be, some will say good, some will say bad. But that's okay. But I get affected. And my freedom, my joy is depending on someone will praise me, or someone will say, hey, you are bad, you didn't do the right thing. And we get entangled and we cry ourselves, we give the freedom to others. But Karma Yoga is teaching how to do karma. Machine never gets the credit or discredit. Machine works. You use it for gun, works for killing some bad guy, or gun works for killing some good guy. No one blames the machine why the bullet has gone out of the gun. No one tells that. So to how to work in life, and like free soul, one can enjoy the freedom of spiritual life. And spiritual life is not in meditation chamber, but this is the practical suggestion what Gita is giving, that how to do everything, at the same time enjoy the freedom. So who is blocking this freedom? It is I am blocking my freedom, because before doing something I am thinking, oh, it will be a masterpiece. Oh, it will be very bad, I am not well prepared. So we are taking all the responsibility of the ego bound activity, but no, what Gita is suggesting, that you do your best and whatever comes, don't worry about that. Learn from that, improve it next time, but not to be attached to what result comes, good and bad. That does not mean callousness, but that means expectation. Our expectation is to be abandoned, and it is just like a machine does the work, God's instrument. I am a machine, but I am Ramakrishna machine. If this type of ownership or understanding about me comes, work will be tremendously different than that when I am working with my thinking, I am doing the best, I will improve it, I will do it, I will do, but as a machine. That's the wonderful idea Bhagavad Gita suggests. Now the 23rd verse today is repeating the same idea. Entire Bhagavad Gita, what is there in the entire Bhagavad Gita? Some Sri Ramakrishna's simple word Gita, Tagi, detachment, renunciation, non-expectation, no expectation. It's a big power, spiritual power, not to expect anything from anyone. That person is free, who cares? If I don't expect anything, what it matters? But I expect, and that expectation is bringing my anger, my frustration, all my every day's activity. So it continued, today 23 verse, and we will now learn about how different offering, how we can sacrifice, offer our everything to God. In the old example are given here, because the prevalent ideas of Jagna was there, sacrificial fire was there. So that in that line it has expressed, but we can understand all our activities, samarpanam, Sri Krishna arpanamastu. We say, that's why everything we do, at the end we say, Sri Ramakrishna arpanamastu. It is, I offer it to Sri Ramakrishna. And if we done, but we don't do. After saying Sri Ramakrishna arpanamastu, we expect, it didn't went up well. I didn't get the right praise. I didn't get the right support. How do I give it and take it back? Ramakrishna arpanamastu means whatever I have done, I offered it. Offered it means gone from your hand or my hand. But mentally we are so attached, I bring it back again into equation and think that it is my action and I have done. So 23rd verse says, Gata sangasya muktasya jnana avasthita chetasaha jaggaya acharata karma samagrang praviliyate. Gata sangha means a person whose sangha means attachment is gone, whose mind is so free, he does not get entangled into anything. He has developed such spirituality, such practice every day, every moment, doing every second whatever he is doing. We want to take praise. Your nature is doing how many million, billion, trillion times grand work of grandeur. He is not expecting our praise or blame. So whatever comes, when Gata Sangha means association, attachment, When it is Gata Sangasya, one who is having devoid out of the attachment, Muktasya, that liberated person who is free from that, Jnano Avasthita Chetasa, whose mind is established in the knowledge. This knowledge, I am not the doer. The principle of Vedanta, body is working, mind is working, not me, not me, not me. Sri Ramakrishna says, Naham, Naham, Tuhu, Tuhu. Not me, O Lord, but thou and thou and thou. So if that knowledge, this is called the knowledge. Knowledge is not Atman is the only reality, everything is not. That's one type of knowledge. But when you are talking about the Karma Yoga ideal, this is the knowledge. That it is not me, thou, O Lord, it is thou, it is thou, it is thou. So you are the prompting force, you are the power behind my all action, you are the power behind my all thoughts. Kena Upanishad is saying, Kene shitang preshitang patati manaha. Who is there behind? Who's desiring whom? By whose desire my eyes are going to see the new forms of the universe? Who is behind my ears? Who is prompting me to hear the sound or music or any, what voice? Who is there behind my mind to let it fall onto the objects of the universe? And that's why, that is the point. It is He. But I am foolishly thinking it is me. I am hearing, I am seeing. Yes, externally true, it is physical manifesting to this little eye, but it is to understood. It is a wrong interpretation. We have to change this idea. My body is in action, my mind is in action. I am not. I am suffering. Where are you suffering? Oh, my headache, or migraine, or my back pain, or my, okay, your back pain, you have no back pain. Back pain in the body, and it is happening in the body. So you are a machine. So the body machine is functioning, or it is responding different. What is that to me? It is a Vedantic way of looking at. And here we are, as a Karma Yoga ideal, all the action I am doing, it is not I am not doing, as prompted by, as the director, is the driver. I am the car, Ratha, Ami Ratha, Tumi Rothi. You are the driver of the car. So if that is so, don't have to take any responsibility of it's good and bad what it comes, but only to be loyal to the truth that it is the body-mind functioning, it is Lord working through it. So Jnana, this is the knowledge. If one is established in this knowledge, that Jaggayo, that is all for sacrifice. It's sacrificial, I am offering myself. My life is dedicated to the service of God. Acharata, if one can act in this way, karma, actions, in these actions, samagrang pravidiyate, everything will dissolve, it's all good and bad results will melt away everything. His entire karma will be melt away. It is not karma, he will be established in bliss. Karma will melt away. He does not do karma. Doing his body, like I can see that he is functioning, he is talking, he is seeing, but he is not there, he is in his own self. But again, substantiating the idea what has been given below, that a person, Gata Sangha, means who has gone no attachment to the body-mind activity and its result identification, Muktasya, that person is a liberated soul, and his mind is established that yes, hand is working, but not is my will, the Lord's will. I am talking, it is not me. O Lord, thou art behind my very personality of ego mind. It is you who are working. So when this egolessness comes and we can wipe out our proud of our hand, feet, mind, I am intellectual, intellect, I am such great person, all these go away, but one works for the purpose of doing work for work's sake, performing all work, and that work in early days they say jagna. So jagartham, for jagga, that is the one secret word. Work not for my sake, but jagartham. Jagga means but for, it is an offering to God. Offering to God. Jagga time what we say? Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu, Ishwar Sachan, and some mantra we say, and Ramakrishna is Swaha, then Shivaya Swaha. That Swaha means offering. Anything I am doing, it is an offering, offering, and offering. So performing all these jagnas, that person will never be entangled, and he will be his karma, instead of creating future life, future karma storage, his storehouse becomes clean every day. Every time they say Arpanamastu, I offer it to Lord Sri Ramakrishna, I offer this karma, then what happens? It does not come over here, it goes away. That means here no accumulation of samskaras, because we are accumulating our samskaras thinking I am doing and I will have to do, and I have did it good, bad, or the glory, I am so much glorified, oh I am so unworthy. Whatever we are saying, both are bondage. But here it is saying, if one can do, his karma melts away. Means the karma like camphor. He does the karma, and the law of karma is you input and output, no? Every action has equal and opposite reaction. That is the formula of karma. But very important point is that karma theory does not apply here. If it is Sri Ramakrishna Arpanavastu, if that karma is just given to God, then there is no effect afterwards. The camphor is burning, it burns, but it burns and wipes out. Karma is done, at the same time karma follow is also gone. It does not come back to the person who is performing the karma. That is why doing so much work, they don't do anything. Oh, that is the story. Eating so much of what you call makhan, no? When the Vyasadeva was there and the gopis all were in the bank of Jamuna, and seeing Vyasadeva, the Jamuna, the gopis were all excited to say, request, because there is no boat. So, Vyasadeva, why not help us to cross the Jamuna river? Then, it is in the gospel, no? Then Vyasadeva said, okay, I am hungry, feed me something. He is saying, I am hungry. And the gopis all offered so much of what you call the sweets and other things, of milk products, so many milk products they had. They fed him very well, that fed the rishi. And after saying so, the Vyasadeva says, Mother Jamuna, if I have not eaten anything, say, then you make a way and path for me. And Jamuna river parted, and the sandy bed came out, and Vyasadeva and all the gopis left and crossed the river. What it indicates? Sri Ramakrishna quoted this story. Vyasadeva ate. Vyasadeva said, I am hungry. But he is not affected by its karma, its effect. Internally, he will not feel any effect. Externally, we may see some effect. But actually, as we see, this is a wonderful philosophy, that every time to say Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu, if we can really sincerely give, we cannot give really wholeheartedly. We give but take back. There is one, we give some gift to somebody and say, okay, please return me now. So this is our problem. So karma effect is given, but again we take back. But if those who are matured in spiritual life knows that this world is for only this experience, to enjoy the freedom of our life, that I am ever peaceful, joyful, we are basically the consciousness, absolute consciousness and joy, to enjoy that, but we are entangled. We cannot stop in life. working. Work must have to be done. One split second we cannot remain without working. Thinking good, thinking bad, unconsciously thinking, I am consciously thinking. Even in sleep I am thinking, means the dream is coming, this and that. Restless all the time. So the point is that we cannot live without a second. But this every second we are doing work, we are accumulating our karma for the next life. Good, good, bad, bad. So that is always happening, unconsciously or consciously. You do or you remain, you like or dislike whatever you work on the computer, you go to the history and control and H, no? History. You see everything is there. Every split second what you have checked, whatever you have gone through, it is there. Record is there. So in the sanskara, record will go, karma. But it will not go because it is total transfer. It is not me, O Lord, it is thou, it is thou, it is thou, it is thou. So Sri Krishna Arpanamastu, Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Every day's practice will make anyone as spiritual as is one day and night think I am not the body. And same effect will come because the body is functioning, not me, and I am not the body. Vasudev ate the food bodily. Vasudev prayed to mind, to the Jamuna river. This is all physical world. And we see that Jamuna parted because his yogic, we say because of his yogic power. Okay? That's okay. But for him, he didn't do any work. He is free and free from all praise and blame or anything. It is only the body, mind functions in that way. The Atman remains untouched. Now this next verse is very prominent verse. Then what does it mean? That everything is Brahman. We are mistakenly seeing it is you, me, body, mind, and these are all conjectures. In this Karma Yoga theory is a very important point that we are talking about Karma Yoga here, this chapter, and it is bringing our most popular verse what we chant every day. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. This is the verse number 4th chapter, 24 verse. So next verse is this Brahma Arpanam. So Brahma Arpanam, what does it mean? Every tool you are using, every action we are doing, it is all a sacrifice. It's a dedication to God. Everything is Brahman. If we have to understand the action, then every action leads to the concept of that reality when we can detach and become egoless. So as we all the time chant this mantra, we think that it has something to do with our food, eating food. But eating food is symbol. Eating food is some action, very related to our day-to-day eating. But it came in our tradition in the Ramakrishna movement. One day Swami Vivekananda was just having a meal with all the monastics. And suddenly he chanted this verse, and that became the chanting mantra for before taking our food. In traditional monastic tradition, there is a tradition that you have to read the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, this Gita, because the sadhus go for begging meal, and there are places where they cook and supply the food for the sadhus donated by some rich guy from generous person from some devotees from different areas, and there is a satra or soup kitchen like that. But you cannot get any soup free. Anyone in the line, you will have to chant the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So they chant, and then after you chanted Urdhamulam, Adhasakam, Asattam, Prahurabbam, etc., etc., and chant 15th chapter, then they start giving food. So we Also, this is the standard, this Brahma Arpanam Brahmovi. There is a funny story. One time one of our monks, Swami, he was going to American Swami, he was in Delhi and he was going from one place to another place by a train or bus near Delhi. And the others, they saw that Girva cloth, white monk, white complexion monk. Then they thought, he is a fake monk or what is that? He said, what is your name? So he said, my name is this. Then he said, where do you belong to? Well, I belong to Ramakrishna Mission. Ramakrishna Mission? Okay. Do you know Sanskrit? Well, yes, I know Sanskrit. Well, can you chant? So he chanted Brahma Pranam. Because he chanted every day, it came out just instantly to chant and then say, okay, they understood. He is a genuine sadhu of Ramakrishna Mission. Anyhow, but the question is that Brahma Arpanam. Arpanam means, here we say, normally Brahman is the ritual. Normally we say, the translation has been done to make it more realistic. Arpana here means the ladle. You take the ghee with a ladle. So in that ladle is the item what you take to take the ghee, that is Brahman, Brahma Arpanam. And then taking that, you are taking the ritual to pour into the fire. That fire is what? Brahma Hobi. The ghee, the clarified butter, that we take a scoop in the ladle. Ladle is Brahman, the ghee is Brahman. Brahma Arpanam, Brahma Hobi, Brahma Agnau. In the Agni, the fire, where you are pouring it, that fire is Brahman. Brahma Agnu, Brahmana Hutam. Now you give that clarified butter, it consumes, the heat consumes. So who consumed? Brahma consumed, not the fire. So it is bringing the highest wisdom of Vedanta, in indicating that all your action, you use your hand. This thing, this is Brahman. Try to think that way. Not me. I am consciousness. I am not the body. Not hand as hand. So it's a great Vedantic sadhana if one can think every day the deep meaning behind it. Brahma Arpanam. So you are eating food. You are using your hand. Hand is Brahman. And you are taking the food, that is Brahman. The morsel of food you took it. And then Brahmana Hutam, you are giving this food into the fire of your stomach, fire in the stomach. It consumes, the food is consumed. That's also Brahman. So Brahmanautam, Brahma evotena gantabham. End result, what you end, that is also Brahman. Brahmanautam, Brahma karma samadhina. That is this leads to the samadhina, means by the man who is absorbed in action with Brahman. So who is absorbed, that person who is thinking that way and offering every day, every action, even the food item we are taking it is all consciousness, not me. One should be absorbed in the thought that it is all Brahman, all Brahman, all Brahman. What on a practical application of Karma Yoga. Karma, we say Karma Yoga day, we have here Karma Yoga day. That's implication that we have to take out our mind from the natural idea of karma and its effect and this and bringing suffering, pleasure, pain, which is the natural law of karma. But this is the karma which leads us to Brahma Jnana, the knowledge of the highest knowledge of the truth. So the oblation is Brahman, the clarified butter is Brahman, offered by Brahman in the fire of Brahman. Unto Brahman, verily one goes who can recognize Brahman alone in this action. So all the actions, it is not, it is eating, it is seeing, it is walking, it is doing anything, thinking, all are nothing but the same reality in action. But action, that's why it is going on, action spontaneously, not to be identified with it as my glory, I am doing, like that. So he who holds himself the agent to the performance of a sacrifice cherishes the feeling of distinction between himself, the deity to be propitiated, and the thing offered, the media of fire, and so on. What the yajna means, that we are offering to Sri Ramakrishna, we are offering to Ma Durga, means you are taking this, ghee is one item, your ladle is one item, the fire, home of fire, booth is one item. It's all different, diversity is there. And through this offering, who is getting this offering? Fire only is a media, it gives to Mother Durga. When you say Mother Saraswati, you are offering Ma Kali, you are offering. Through offering of the ghee or butter, clarified butter, that your offering is being transmitted through the fire to the deity who is subtle deities. So that is the concept of our sacrificial fire. But every day what we are doing, it is only, it can be dedicated to Ramakrishna, it can be dedicated to Ma. So that is the, and that is the actual activity going on. So action, in action, in action. All actions in action. There is no action. Brahman is the only reality. And all this activity is going on. Identification makes the duality. Identification, all are, there is a ghee, there is a ladle, there is a person performing that, there is a sacrificial fire. So many diverse objects are there. But it is all homogeneous, only one unit. And it is only the, if he knows that, that person becomes the freed soul. Consuming the daily food regularly is obligatory on all in all, including in the enlightened. Everyone have, so long one is breathing, will have to have some food to intake. But the latter, this Jnani, convert eating itself into Jnana Yajna. She is eating, he can mentally think, my body is being fed, I am Atman, I don't do anything, I am Atman, I am the same consciousness. I am same consciousness in the hand, ladle, I am same consciousness in the spoon, fork, I am same consciousness the food we are taking, same consciousness which is consumed into the fire inside, and the result of this assimilation of what the body is getting strength, etc., that is also Brahman. And its end result is all Brahman and Brahman and Brahman. This is the Jnana Yajna. We are performing the ancient idea of the Yajna idea. That time this concept of social work, selfless work was not been mentioned too much, but everything to be done as offering to God. Because in Yajna always every oblation is given to this God, that God, that God, that God. So every offering goes to God. So every karma goes to God. Every movement is centered around God. So that concept, it is a Jnana Yajna. But we are performing the Yajna, but it is not Jnana Yajna or Jnana Yajna. Why Ajnana? We do it and we don't get the result of freedom. We feel the joy of the food which my tongue says good or bad. That much is the benefit we get. And if we overeat Thanksgiving, then you are bloated. And if you eat less, then you suffer. So these are the actions, and the actions happen in the physical level. But the Jnana Yajna, Vasudev will say, he ate so much, but I didn't eat anything. His Jnana, knowledge, is a sacrificial fire. It is that burns all Ajnana, and that gives them the freedom from the suffering of this relative world. The food, the eater of it, The digestion, all these are mere modifications of Brahman. Modifications of Brahman. However, they said, don't get, the word is very difficult. When you say modification of Brahman, it is not valid word for Vedanta. Brahman can be modified. No. It appears, modification of Brahman which appears to be like that, even as the waves are in the sea. We see the wavy water, it is ocean. But it appears that it is wavy, it is separate from ocean. It is not so, it is the ocean. So, the jnana means oneness. Ajnana means, Ramakrishna said, ak gyan gyan. Bohu gyan ajnana. Ak means one, gyan means knowledge. Knowledge of one is equal to jnana. That is called the jnana. Bohu, when there is multiple, more than one, bohu gyan, I know this, I know that, I know that. What we in our worldly sense is a knowledgeable person, according to Sri Ramakrishna, bohu gyan or gyan. It is no knowledge, it is a bondage, it binds oneself. So, all these are mere modifications of Brahman, even as the waves are to the sea. The one established in Brahma Avastha, in this wise man, the one established in Brahma Avastha, in this wise, contains Brahman. That means he becomes absorbed in Brahman. Now, there are different types of jagnas. We are not interested in to know what was prevailing during that time. So, that type of, he is suggesting people do different types of jagna. Our life is a jagna. We call life is an action in early days. They used to use the word jagna, and jagna means is offering to God. Every work is offering to God. So, this verse 25, it says that Daivam evo apare jagnam yogina parjupasate brahmagna papare jagnam jagne naiva upajuvati. Some yogis perform sacrifices to gods only, gods and goddesses. Why? They will give us wealth, someone will give us rain, my wealth, prosperity, beauty, strength. So, they offer to gods, different gods. But some other, while others offer the self as the sacrifice by the self in the fire of Brahman. They say, I am offering my little self, this petty I, the associated jiva consciousness, I am offering into the fire of the cosmic consciousness of Paramatman. Jivatman is offering to the Paramatman. So, there are different people of different schools of people, different states of attainment of their knowledge, they do this type of sacrifice. So, here they mention that some pleases to the Lord, all this, they call the Shudra Devata. They think that I am worshipping, O Ma Saraswati, I offer it unto you, give me knowledge. Knowledge means secular knowledge. Some will say, O Ganesha, I offer this to you, remove my difficulties. So, this is some oblation is given in the jagna this way. But some are intelligent, they give their little self, I offer in the fire of Paramatman, and this little self, body, mind, identity, with I, mind, intellect, ego, and the physical body, 24 principles, I offer into the fire. And I get consumed and I become Paramatman. So, some may practice that way. Another group of people, 26 verse says, Svatradini Indriyani Anne Sanjamagni Shujuhati. Some offer all the sense organs, and Sanjam is control. I will not see the outside, pull it back to mind. So, withdrawing in the mind, you are offering all the senses into the mind. the senses are focusing outside. So some people practice this way. This eye should see what is inside. So let all be consumed into the mind. So offering coming to the mind, senses offering to the mind. There we are not concerned much of practicing all this. We say think of God. But simply that is our enough thing. But this practice also was available. Some of our the hearing and other senses as sacrifice in the fire of restraint, control, and controlling that, putting into the mind. While others offer sound and other sense objects as a sacrifice in the fire of the senses. Say some put their anything they see, they offer into the fire of the sense organs. That means the object comes here, they offer it into the eyes. Sound comes, offer into the ear. That means this practice of control, people do that, and self-control. Now, sarvendriya karmani, prana karmani chapare. So, others again offer all the actions of whatever they did in the whole day, the senses and the functions, to the life energy, prana. All my actions are withdrawn into prana. To our body is having 5 pranas. One is breathing, the life force. So prana, apana, one internal balance is created, one for used for digestion, another, all this function of the air going on in the air, they offer all of them into the life principle prana, fire of self-control kindled in that. Now, verse number 28 says, yet there are others who offer wealth, austerity, yoga as the sacrifice. They mentally they offer, all my wealth I am offering to this deity, and all my austerity I am practicing, I am offering to the fire of this yoga. And some other will be the denial of extreme vows, or offer sacrifice, study and knowledge as sacrifice. So these are different ways of old practices of doing yajna, but we need not have to pay attention. Then next one is says 29, others offer sacrifice, outgoing breath into the incoming. Breathing, breath is going on, outgoing breath into the incoming. That means when they is coming, they are focusing, they are forcing their mind, exhaling air into the incoming air. So, as if they are offering offering that outgoing force of the prana into the incoming force of the prana. Anyhow, restraining the flow of the ongoing and outgoing and ingoing breaths, they are absorbed in regulations of the life. Now, 30th verse says, still there are other people who regulate their food habit. They offer in the pranas, the function thereof. All these are knowers of yajna, having their sins destroyed by yajna. They do all this karma to purify themselves, the different types of old practices of yajna. Now, after yajna, the way, now how to obtain the supreme knowledge, performing these duties, they say that you Jagga Shishta Amrito Bhujo Janti Brahma Sanatanam. Says the eater of the nectar, he is that remnant of the Jagna go to the eternal Brahman. Whatever man does must be conducive to the common welfare. So if someone does this Jagna for the welfare of all, that is the best. So we do that. We do that. When we do the Jagna, we take the resolution that I am performing this Jagna for the good of and welfare of all devotees, and is for the growth of spiritual wisdom, knowledge, and discrimination and power of renunciation. So grow in the life of the monastics. So that is so it is for the global benefit. So that is the highest one. It is called, though they do the yajna, that they are not bound by that. Now, verse number 32 says, Evam bahuvidha jagna. In that way, so many varieties of the practices of jagna, vitata brahmana mukhe, various jagnas, as this spread out in the storehouse of Vedas. In the Vedas it is all described. In the karma kanda part of the Vedas is a big volume, big area. All the 4 jagnas. First part is the karma kanda. Karma kanda means this jagna. They don't mean anything else in earlier days. It is the perform this jagna, you get this benefit. By restrain yourself, fast this and do the jagna. So self-control and teaching them to go to the karma, to beyond karma. But now in this way there are various jagnas has been mentioned all over the Veda Shastra. Know them all to be born of karma, and thus knowing you shall be free. So it is all karma. So now today's context, if you want to understand, the whole life is karma. From our day we are born and day we die, every day everything is karma. We are bound by the law of karma. So how this karma can be understood in proper sense, what purpose you are doing, how you are doing the karma, be careful. So therefore it says, karmajan viddhi. And if you know this way, that is, know them that to be all born of karma, and if you know that, thus knowing you shall be free. But one thing, it is very easy to do the jagna with the items of ghee and this and that, but there are higher jagna which is mental jagna, as we are now discussed in the beginning. So every work I am doing, I am offering at the feet of the Lord. I am offering at the feet of the Lord. So if that jagna be done, that is higher than Drabbamaya jagna means that jagna which you need to do with so many varieties of items, variety of rules and regulations. Simple rule, whatever I do, whatever I think, I offer unto you. It is you, O Lord, it is you. Not me, it is thou, it is thou, it is thou. So every day if one does, that is the verse number 33 says that is the knowledge sacrifice, that is the knowledge sacrifice is superior to the wealth sacrifice, and all karma is entirely culminates into knowledge. So karma ends into knowledge. This is a beautiful synthesis in the Bhagavad Gita. Karma ends into knowledge. That's why we say in modern language, Swami Vivekananda says, karma we do with selfishness, then karma doing selfish work, then we get tired, expecting for praise, expecting for honor, expecting for respect, and we get or don't get, we cry and weep that the world goes on, and after that we fail, then we try to become, no, I don't expect. People say, oh, I don't, nowadays I don't expect. Nowadays I don't expect anything, I do only. But still mind wants in a subtle way, a little clapping of hand, little smile, little praise, little thank you. But that is to be wiped out. And a point will come, he will be free. I don't care for anything, not in an arrogance sense, but I don't mean to be entangled by anyone's praise, blame, gain, or clapping of hand or whatever. I am free soul. I don't care. I don't care in that sense, because I have given to God and I am happy with Him. So this should be the knowledge. Karma can lead us to the knowledge, absolute knowledge of Vedanta. What we say, Shiva Jnana Jiva Seva, we say that Sri Ramakrishna has brought a new revolution. Actually, these ideas are in the Bhagavad Gita. Practically, it was used maybe long back and people forget that, and see God Himself bringing back the same spiritual ideal, especially in this age of our very active life. This life is very active. In earlier lifestyle was so simple, agriculture centered life, no? and people used to leave, go to the field and grow some food items, and then enough time they could have thought something higher and think of spiritual life and more. But now we are very busy from morning onward, work, 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 work. So every work can be karma jagna, and that karma jagna can give us to the knowledge and freedom. That's why I say 33 verse says, knowledge sacrifice, that is the superior to wealth sacrifice. People do what they do with performing jagna with all these items together, that means asking for money to collect and to do the big, say Durga Puja or like thing in real performance. How much money is necessary, how much detail of the items are necessary. You can see, watch the Belur Math Durga Puja online. You see how many people are engaged in, how many things are there brought. All the waters of all the holy places of the world they have collected. It's a matter of joke to collect water from, everyone is going to any country, they say bring the water of that river, bring the water of that river, collect it, and then Mother's Puja is going on. Every river's water is being poured there. So this is called the jagna going on ritualistically. But knowledge jagna is much higher. All karma in its entirety culminates in that absolute knowledge that this is whatever we are doing. Every day we are performing Durga Puja in our personal life. So whatever we do, offer it to God, offer it to God, offer it to God. And then doing such, one becomes totally free from all entanglements. So this is the 33rd verse. Now how shall I get this knowledge? Then next time we will hear from verse number 34 on page 313. And there will say, you go to a teacher to learn all these details and to practice only not in your own way but the traditional way, and go prostrate, salute, ask question with humility, and then the expert Brahmagyani will teach us the knowledge, how to be free from. The same knowledge, but it will come to Guru from the teacher. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. So Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu should be wholehearted, not partial.